Hey guys, today we're gonna discuss the part 2 for our revision for final exam math secondary 4. Uh, on the previous video, I did the mistakes on giving the dilation scale on the what you call uh, dilation, yeah. This one enlarging with the scale factor of -2. I did the mistake. Why? Because the shape is still the same. That's the problem. The shape supposed to be reflected if the -2, if the dilation factor is -2. So I will discuss everything from the beginning for number 9. Yeah, later on we can discuss the next topic that we haven't got. So for number 9a, let's see. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle T onto triangle P. So triangle T to triangle P go down by from 1 to -5, go down by -5, -6, right? Down 6, and then go right by 1. Right? We all only focus on this point. That is the easiest way. 1 point is enough. So its translation, right 1, going right by 1, see, go right by 1, go down by 6. Go right by 1, x first, and then y -6. Put x and y like this, okay? So B, part 1. Reflect the triangle T in the line x equals 1. X equals 1 is here, right? And then you reflect the triangle T, not P, be careful. So T, it has to be equidistant, same distance, and then go left by 3 parts, and you just copy paste the shape, just reflect it. Done. That's for part 1. Now, part 2, I use the other color. Rotate triangle T through 90 degree about 6,0. 6,0 is located here, right? And then you rotate the triangle T 90 degree anti-clockwise. So draw one part. I pick point, the nearest point. That's the easiest one, easiest way. And then put 90 degree. There you go, and anti-clockwise. See, this is anti-clockwise. Look at the arrow. Yeah, and this will be the drawing. And one more, two more. I mean, here becomes this, right? So it has to be 90 degrees. See the angle, 90 degree, and then here, and one more, the last one. Now, this is the last position is the more challenging part. It's supposed to be here, right? Not here. Be careful. Ada yang pikir, oh di sini guys jawabannya gitu ya. Ya enggak lah. Lu kan rotate, jadi pasti miringnya 90 degree tetap di sini ya. There you go. Okay, it has to be here. So this is part 2. I will fill the triangle so you can see it clearly and easily. Okay, this will be on triangle 2. And 3, enlarge. So this is what I did. This is the mistake that I did on the previous meeting. Enlarge triangle T, scale factor of -2, center 1,0. I use the green color. Center 1,0, 1,0 is located here, right? And then the scale factor -2. So you have to consider 1 by 1, right? So this, and then -2 to the other side of the center of enlargement, and this will be -2. And then the next part, next point, there you go, right? And then enlarge, going down, kalau kesini kan dia turun 1, ke kiri 4 ya, going down by 1, going left by 4, right? Now going down by 2, double, going left by 8. Jadi dia ada di sini guys. Wait, going down by 2, right? Lihat yang ini ya, yang ini guys, yang silang di sini point ini. Going down by 2, going left by 8. So from here to ke 8, -8 berarti 7. Ya. Oke. Jadi di sini poinnya. Now, the last point. Which one? This one, right? Center of rotation is center of dilation is always this. Jangan diganti-ganti posisinya. Ya, yang ini ya, tebelin. So the thickest drawing. Yang ini terakhir ya. Going down by 2, going left by 4. Ya udah sama, going down by 4, going left by 8. Di sini dia. Oke, that's the drawing. Kemarin salah ya, I'm sorry guys. Kemarin tinggal langsung double-doublein aja, bukan gitu caranya. This is part 3. Okay, that's all for the correction. If you notice my mistake, please let me know. Okay, so part 1, part 1, 2, 3 is done. Okay, so I am copying this to the Microsoft Word here. I already delete. Okay, 8, 9, 9, 10. Now what more number left? 11 done, 12 done, 13. Okay, let's do number 13. Okay, try to do this as easy as you can. Try to use the easy formula. Never use the harder one. Try to pick the easiest way, and you can see that this question is actually not that hard. Find the coordinates of midpoint of A and of B. So, of AB, I mean, of AB. So, let's say AB is like this, and the midpoint is M. We have the formula. Okay. So the midpoint formula, XA plus XB over 2, comma, YA plus YB over 2. This is the formula for the midpoint. -1 plus 7, 6, right? Over 2. See, as simple as this. -1 plus 7, 6. 4 minus 8. 4 plus minus 8 is -4 over 2. So the midpoint will be 3, -2. Okay, that's it. The length of AB. We have the formula of the length. Square root of Pythagoras, XA minus XB square plus YA minus YB square. Okay, and this is the length. Get it? You can do it by yourself. I don't want to answer this. The equation of the line that is perpendicular to AB, make sure that you know this. What is perpendicular? The gradient is negative reciprocal. Okay, and passes through the point X, Y. So what we need to do in order to find the gradient, first thing first, you need to find the gradient of AB, formula YA minus YB over XA minus XB. Some of you might ask, oh, can I use YB minus YA over XB minus XA? Yes. But make sure that if it is A minus B, the bottom part is also A minus B. And the top side is always Y. KYA, 4 minus 8 over -1 minus 7. So 12 over -8. So if you want to simplify, you will get, you divide by 4, -3 over 2. But perpendicular. So M of perpendicular is equals to negative reciprocal. You switch the side, switch the numerator by its denominator, and the negative, put the negative of negative, positive. That's it. And then 9.9, 4 for the x and of y. And then how do you find the equation of the line? Very simple. Y minus y1 equals m bracket x minus x1. That's the formula. Right? Or you can just write y equals mx plus c. Depend on which one you use. Mx plus c, which formula that you want to use, it totally depend on you. I put y as 4. In this case, I'm finding the gradient intercept. The gradient is given. The c is not given yet. We try to solve it. 2 over 3 times 9 plus c. Right? So this is 3. So 4 equals 6 plus c. The c will be -2. Right? So the equation of the line, y equals 2 over 3x minus 2. How come? Kok bisa? Y equals mx plus c ya? That's it. Now, point P. Oh, this is the other question. Oh, ini formula lagi guys. Ada caranya ya. Point P has a position vector S. Okay, this is P, Q. Position means due respect to the origin, right? Let's say this is P, this is Q, and in the middle we have, oh, not in the middle, yeah, somewhere along this extended point, PQ is extended to point PX by QX, okay, 7 by 3. So PQ is extended. It means that not in between PQ, but you extend this. There you go. Let's say this is X, right? And then PX by QX is 7 by 3. PX 7, the greater one is 7. QX is 3. So we can see that this is 4, right? Because 7 minus 3. I think you know how to do. PX is 7 yang gede ini. Lu ambil jangan yang gede. Ngapain lu ambil yang tumpang tindih gitu kan, kayak tempel-tempel crossing one to another. Mending 4 aja langsung. Okay, there you go, right? And then this is S, right? The position factor of P is S, and the position factor of Q is T. Find OX, right? That's the problem. Find the position factor of X. Of course, it is in terms of P and of Q. What we ever learned is we are finding the middle part, right? Yang kayak gini, yang kali silang begitu. Oke, yang kali silang begitu. Oke, ini. Now, kita taunya yang tengah formulanya. Ya udah ikutin aja formula tengah, nggak ada ujung. Yang ujung nanti tinggal dicari. So, OQ equals to, ingat ya, OX times 4, OX times the crossing ratio. So OX times 4 plus OP times Q, OP times 3, I mean 3, right? Over the total of the ratio, 4 plus 3. OQ is already given, T equals OX. We want to find the OX actually, times 4, or for OX, make it simple, 4OX plus OP is S, yeah, 3S then, over 7, right? Now our achievement is to find this OX, right? So keep it like that, and then try to do cross multiplication. 70 equals 4OX plus 3S, right? So you put the 40, 4OX, not 40, sorry. There you go. So for 70 minus 3S equals 4OX factor, right? Factor OX, position factor of X. So OX, as simple as put the 4 to the left side. 70 minus 3S over 4. This is the outcome. Okay, this is the answer. Ya. Any questions so far? Susah ya. Lu harus lihat dikasihnya yang tengah, mintanya ujung. Nah, kalau biasa kan dimintanya ujung, mintanya tengah kan formulanya. Ya. It's also as a formula, negative reciprocal, the formula of midpoint, and this is the formula for finding the line equation. Okay, 13 done. Now we do 14. Oke, panjang, tapi enak kerjainnya. Kayak tinggal di input aja beres. Hah, masih ada GH. Wait ya, bentar. Udah di sini. GH, copy paste lagi, wait. Di ini lagi. Hit this, banyak. Tapi ya udahlah. Lagi. Lagi ya. So let us do this question slow but sure. Jangan sampai salah bikin soal ginian. It is not easy. Soalnya dia beranak ya guys, jadi hati-hati aja. Takutnya kalau udah kayak step by step question, if you do mistake on first part, second partnya pasti salah gitu biasanya. Tapi kalau A to B beda. Oke, kita langsung bikin aja ya. If I want, we have 4 functions. X not 0, udah itu cuman kayak formality aja, formal form, because X cannot be 0. Actually, if X is 0, the function is messed up, 1 over 0. Okay, F3. Put here. 3 square plus 1 by yourself. GF3. Okay. Harus bikin berarti. See, beranak ya. So 10, right? GF3, it means that G10 that you want to find, right? So 1 minus 2 times 10. Put G here. So negative 19. That's the answer. That's the answer. So 1 to 2 is connected. F inverse. Do you know what is F inverse? F inverse is kebalikin. Ya. So let's say I have fx. Fx-nya kan y equals x square plus 1. Ini fx ya. Saya ambil yang ini ya. Jadi make x as a subject, right? So x square as simple as y subtract 1, right? You taruh O1 di sebelah kiri, switch. And then x equals square root of y minus 1. So inverse langsung diganti lagi. F inverse x is equals to x change to y change to x. X minus 1. That's it. You just swap x become f inverse x and y become x. Itu cara inversing the function. Find x when hx equals 2. Taruhlah di sini hx equals 2. So 1 over x equals 2. Easy peasy, right? Hx is 1 over x. So the x will be 1 over 2. Simple ya. Now, aduh, malas ya. Find gx, gx. Gx times gx minus gx. Lu bisa bedain ini. Gx times gx ini artinya, ini kan gx artinya 1 minus 2x square, right? Minus gx, ini composite function, lu masukin 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2x. Ngerti gak? Kalau nggak ngerti tanya ya. Ini kan kalau g of gx artinya 1 minus 2, dalamnya gx kan? Gitu. Dan gx-nya apa? 1 minus 2x lagi, ganti lagi gitu. Oke, saya. Let me know whenever you have any question. Again, this is not easy. 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2x, right? And then I put it a bit on the right side because I don't have enough space on the bottom part. So what is 1 minus 2x squared? So 1 minus 4x plus 4x squared, right? You subtract, ini subtractionnya. Open the bracket. 1 minus 2 plus 4x, right? Lu buka bracket di sininya nih, yang warna biru nih. Hidup dulu kalau. Ya. 1 minus 2 plus 4x. And then you can open the bracket, actually, as easy as that. 4x squared, open the bracket, minus 1. Lu mau dalam kerjain dulu nggak apa-apa, tapi lebih suka gini, minus 1 plus 2 minus 4x, right? Open the bracket, and then you can get 4x squared in terms of ax squared. X squared duluan, 4x squared. Dan minus 4x minus 4x. Hati-hati, jangan 0 ya. Minus 8x ini ya. Terus 1 and minus 1 hilang, plus 2. Udah, selesai. Ya, udah jadi ax squared plus bx plus c, right? Find hx, giving your answer in simplest form. hx. So, kalau hx artinya 1 over hx. Means 1 over x, right? So, x. Langsung aja 1 over x kan 1 times x over 1. Ya, jadi x itself. Simplest form. Find j5. Okay, j5. So, 5 to the power of 5. How do you do this? Calculator. Kalau nggak ada calculator, ini ya, biar enak. Kan you lebih familiar sama 5 square kan. So 25 times 25 times 5. 25 times 25, udah hafal, 625 times 5. Oh, oke, angkanya jelek. Jelek, bukan jelek, banyak. 3125. That's it. Find x when j inverse of x equals to 2. Ini soalnya kurang jelas ya. J inverse of 1 equals J inverse of x equals to 2. Kita harus cari J inverse dulu. Oke. Nah, lihat ya. Untuk cari inverse agak ribet nih, J. Kan y equals 5 power x. How do you find x? Logarithm. Log 5 of y, right? J inverse. Berarti kita ganti f in, no, not f, sorry. J inverse x equals log 5 of x, right? And then it is 2. What do you do next? 2 equals 5 of x. So we can get the x as 5 power 2. Simply put this is the combination between logarithm and exponential form. 25. Jadi lu lihat, gue kerjain semua pakai basic logic yang kita udah pernah belajarin. I don't use another logic. Oke. Jx equals hg12. Oh, hg negative 12. Lu masukin hg-nya. Ya. Kita satu-satu nih. Nggak bisa langsung. Saya mau kecilin dikit ya. I want to make, I want to make it smaller. I think it's still readable ya. Jx udah tahu, kita taruh dulu aja. Jadi jangan kalau udah equal with the sum functions inside, you cannot do it directly. Do it slowly. Jx equals 5 power x. And hg negative 12. Aduh, apa ini hg negative 12? Lu taruh g negative 12 dulu aja. Ya dong, biar gampang. Masukin ke sini. Right? 1 minus 2 power 4 times negative 12, 25. Right? G negative 12. H of 25. Jadi H of G negative 12 itu artinya H of 25. Ya kan tinggal diganti guys. Jadi lu nggak usah kerjain langsung hajar ke samping. Susah. H of 25 is 1 over 25. As easy as that. Right? H of 25 ini pakainya. So dia equalize ini sama dengan ini. Oh, gampang. 5 power x equals 1 over 25. 1 over 25 is 1 over 5 square. Ya, ini exponential logic semua. Ini apa sih kok kayak ada sampahnya sih? Oh, nih, ya. So, 5 power x equals to exponent form if 1 over, jadi 5 power negative 2. So, x equals negative 2. Done. Okay. Hard, man. This is not easy. But, again, every logic is being put inside the exponent, logarithm, and functions inverse. Now, inverse is the challenging part. There you go. Swap, log, exponent. What else? What else? No more rules. Yeah, there you go. Okay. You can see the video later on because the video is explaining the step-by-step rule. Okay. 15. Last one. No. 3 more. Okay. Wait a moment. Wait lagi. Okay, 5. Nah, yang ini ya, yang part D yang kita udah pernah belajar sih guys, yang ini. Agak-agak ngeselin bikinnya, ya. Tapi kita udah prepare, jadi udah tahu logiknya mau diapain sih, gitu. Ya. So, yang paling gampang, lu kerjain fifth term aja dulu. Nggak usah pikirin yang nth term lah, nanti aja, belakangan ya. Ini, dia punya type arithmetic, geometric, atau step by step juga kita buang aja dulu. Ini kan 1, 8, 27, 64 langsung ketahuan. Apa? 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube, 5 cube, right? Ini cubic. Cubic. 5 cube, 1 to 5. Nth termnya udah langsung aja ya, n cube. Nah, ini gampang. Masih easy peasy. Jadi lu tinggal copy paste. 5, 11, 7, plus 6, plus 6, plus 6, right? So, ini arithmetic. Plus 6 ya. Berapa sih kalau plus 6? 29. Nah, ini nanti aja, nggak usah dipikirin. Ini geometric ya, times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2. Geometric. Right? Oke, nanti aja. Terus ini, nah lu lihat yang ini, yang D ya. D ini B minus C, gitu kan. Ya udah, 29 minus 4, 25, that's it. Ya dong, lu lihat, kurangin kan. Kurangin, jadinya ini. Ya. Kalau terbalik negatif berarti gimana? Berarti D minus C minus B, gitu. Ya. Now, we are focusing on doing this, right? So, part B, arithmetic. Arithmetic formula. UN equals U1 plus difference n minus 1, right? The UN unknown, the U1 is 5, the difference is 6 times n subtract 1. You don't have to put the n at all anymore. Why? Because we are finding the nth term. This is the formula of nth term. Just insert in terms of n. 6n minus 1, right? Gampang lah ya. Kalau lu mau pelan-pelan nggak apa-apa. 5 plus 6n minus 6, right? So 6n minus 1. Taruh. Ini B, C, geometric. Geometric formula UN equals U1 times R ni. N minus 1, right? I formula U1 R ni. Ya, U1 times R ni. R n minus 1. Hati-hati, semua pakai n minus 1. And then UN unknown. U1 is 0.25. I just put 1 over 4, can I? Biar gampang ya. Biar nggak ribet. Terus R-nya 2, right? Times 2. Power n minus 1. Udah, selesai. Tapi kalau lu rajin dikit ya, itu pasti gampang. 1 over 4 itu kan 2 power negative 2, right? Times 2 power n minus 1. Lu tinggal combine 2 power negative 2 plus n minus 1 gitu. Ya, atau lu mau rapi-rapi lebih ya perfectionist, n minus 3 beres. 2 power n minus 3. Bener kok jawabannya, nggak mungkin beda. Ya, because we are doing the right things on the exponent form. Oke, and then yang ini ya udah lu taruh aja udah. Nih, yang ini kan tinggal di minus kan, b minus 6. 6n minus 1 subtract 2 power n minus 3. Dan soalnya b minus c. Gitu. Gampang ya. Nggak ada yang step arithmetic, double arithmetic nggak ada. Untung. Ya, semoga nanti di exam agak ada juga ya. Oke, next 16. Aduh, ini enak. Ini enak. Ini kayak relieving question. Guys, gue nggak kerjain. Ya, ini gue skip. Do it yourself. Nah, ini boleh lah. Ini lu bisa factorize apa sih guys dari sini? Number ya. 15 and 25, I langsung taruh 5 keluar. P, there is no P on the right side, so you cannot factorize P. We have Q square and Q3. The slowest number, Q square. Right, the lowest power. So, tinggal sisanya. 15 jadi 5 to 15 diapain? 3 kan? Q square udah ada, berarti P square sisanya. Ya. Minus 25. Kan minus ya, ikutin minus aja. 25. 5 diapain biar 25? 5. Q cube, Q square. So, Q power 1. Udah. Okay. Now, in this case, nggak ada yang kelihatannya nggak ada yang sama ya. Tapi kalau you lihat dua ini, sama. Ada yang sama. So, yang pertama, lu keluarin 2G, right? And then 2F plus 3H. Plus, ini berapa? 10 and 5. 5. K. Ya, sisanya 2F plus 3H. Oh, sama lagi guys, ini nih. Ya, ini sama nih. Same. So, the second step, 2F plus 3H times by the rest, 2G plus 5K. Mr. Hans, kalau ditebalikin boleh nggak? Boleh. Ininya di kiri, ini di kanan. Ya, up to you. This one more challenging. Ini kayaknya Jesslyn bisa nih. Hello Jesslyn, are you there? Jesslyn? Halo? Jesslyn, tolong respons.
Ya, sir.
Oke, ini udah bisa ya Jesslyn, waktu itu pernah jawab, inget banget. Soalnya dia cuma dia doang yang di kelas. Ini jadi 9K bracket square. Di bracket dulu nggak boleh nggak? Minus M square. Use the formula. A square minus B square. Jadinya A plus B, A minus B. Ingat nggak Jesslyn, you pernah jawab ini?
Ya.
Oke, nice. So, jadi ini 9K. Jawabin aja ya biar cepet. Sama 9K minus M. And then, bottom part. Solve the equation. Okay, if you want to solve the equation, first thing first, rapihin dulu. 3x minus 12, right? Plus x plus 2 over 5 equals 6. Again, it's not rapih yet, so you need to times by 5. So 15x minus 60, right? Plus ini kan langsung 5-nya lu buang, x plus 2 equals 30. Jadi satu-satu ya, ini, terus ini. Terus ini kan satu kesatuan ya, one union, one unity, ini 30. Okay, everything multiplied by 5. Ada yang mau nanya dulu gak? Kalau ada lanjut ya. Nah, ini 16x. Oh, no fraction. No quadratic function. Okay, enak. Minus 58 equals to 30. Right? So 16x equals 88. Hah, serius loh begini doang? Kok gue jadi kayak nggak yakin sih? Kok segampang itu ya? Apa ada yang salah nggak guys? Ada salah hitung nggak? Enggak ya kayaknya. Oke lah, ya udah pede aja. 88 by 16 you divide by 8 for both sides, 11/2. Dan or 5.5. Terserah lu mau jadiin 5.5 atau enggak. Nggak ada aturan di situ. Copy. One more. Oke, grid. Pakai diagram guys. Kita main cepet aja. Again, I use calculator to solve this. Kita taruh ya, 1 minus 2x. 1 over 2x, jadi 1 over 2x, right? X saya kasih bracket, ini caranya aja. Ini kayak strateginya aja, nanti tinggal ganti-ganti yang di bracket-bracketnya gitu. Pertama lu masukin 0.2 kan. Ya udah, taruh 0.2. Oh gitu? Belum 6 lock. Terus ini 0.2. Oke, jelek banget. 2.45, nggak jelek. 2.45. And then you put 1. You change the 0.2 by 1. 1 over 4, 0.25 kayak hafalin. Udah tahu lah ya, 1 over 4 is equals to 0.25. And then I change the 1 by 2. In the video later, you can skip this part because it's this calculation because I need the answer. Done. Next, complete the table. Done. Okay, A. Done. On the grid, draw the graph. Oh, help. Grid. Grid. Gue malas bikin. Oke, kita bikin di Desmos aja. Apa sih dia maunya? Oke. 1 over 2x, x minus 1. 1 over 2x, x over 4. 1 over 2x, x over 4. Desmos change the display dia jadi biru. Kemarin hijau ya kalau y equals 1 over 2x minus x over 4. Bener gak? Ya. From negative 0.15 until 3.5. Lu ambil pick sini aja. Ya, kira-kira gini lah ya. Dia maunya dari mana? 0.15. Oh, berarti begini doang dia maunya. Yang ini nggak di-include. Asik banget, guys. Yang ini nggak di-include ya. Dia maunya 0. Bener gak sih? 1 over 2x. X over 4, ya udah. Dia cuma ambil sampai sini doang. Ya udah, lu minta gue kasih. Berarti dia nggak including yang ini ya, harusnya ada ini. Tapi udah, oke, no problem. No big deal. Yang penting lu tahu caranya. And I put it on the bottom layer. Cannot. Wait. I need to put it like this. Yep, sorry, gambarnya nggak bagus. Nggak kecil, nggak gede. Ya, 0.15 di sini. Ya udah, dari 0 lah tetap sampai 3.5 di sini ya. Oke. So, sebenarnya nggak kayak gini ya, lu harus pakai graphing paper ya, lu gambar sendiri. And dia minta use the graph to solve 1 over 2x minus x over 4, it's the same equals 1 over 2. Ini berarti y-nya 1 over 2, guys. Benar nggak sih? Tinggal lu ganti kan posisinya. 1 over 2 kan 0.5. Gini aja. Oke? So, this is y equals 1 over 2. Another graph. Terus dia pointingnya di sini. Berapa kira-kira? Ini udah spesifik banget ya. 0 point. Lu lihat. Ini kan 5 blocks. Ini 1 kan, ini 0. Ya berarti 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.78, let's say. Ini kan 0.8, right? Ya 0.78. Or 0.7 until 0.8 lah ya, nggak sampai 0.7 deket 8, berarti 7.5 let's say. Boleh juga 7.6 lebih bisa. Ya. Jadi ini again estimate kan. Oke, 0.76 ini. On the grid, draw the line y equals 2 minus x. Nah, lu ini kan linear equation. Ini x sama y, lu bikin begini. 2 points is enough, right? 2 points are enough. Because line. If x is 0, y equals 2. Easy peasy. If y equals 0, x equals 2. Bener gak? Kalau x is 0, y-nya iya bener. Kalau y-nya 0, ya udah. 0 to 0. 0 to 0. There you go. This will be the line. Connect the dots. Connect 2 dots. And then done. Write down the x coordinates of the point where x minus y equals 2 minus x crosses. Oh ya udah ini aja. Ya, ini yang di part 2 ya. Jadi 0.11 kira-kira ya. 0.2 something ya. 0.21 let's say. Ya boleh lah. X equals 0.21. X coordinate only, not the y. Y-nya cuekin aja. Find the gradient when x equals 2. When x equals 2, the gradient of what? Of the equation of the table, of course. Of the equation of the first. Y equals 2 di sini ya guys. Lu coba lihat ya. Y equals 2 ada di sini. Bener gak? Ya bener lah, masa salah. Terus disuruh cari line linear gradientnya. Gradientnya kira-kira kan miring begini ya guys. Tapi nggak boleh, harus serapi mungkin. Pakai penggaris. Masih crossing, agak miring dikit. Coba-coba lah ini ya. Pokoknya lu pakai penggaris lebih enak. Nah itu. Touch the point. There you go. Okay. This is the tangent for part E. Tapi dia minta gradientnya, ini tangent line-nya. Aduh, poinnya berapa aja ya? Astaga, capek lo bikinnya. Oh ya udah ada nih. Lu lihat nih poinnya. Half. 0, half. And ini itu berapa tadi kalau tuh? 2, negative 0.25. Ini pakai ini aja ya. Sama kan? 2, negative 1/4. To find the gradient, lu bikin sendiri. Gue nggak bikinin ya. Ini x1, y1, x2, y2. So the gradient is I merasa bersalah sih kalau nggak bikin. Ya udah bikin lah. Y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Nah ini gue nggak bakal salah. Gue nggak bakal merasa bersalah kalau nggak bikin. Ini bikin sendiri ya. Ini cuma di solve aja. Minus minus jadi plus and so on. Oke. Dan for the revision. One more. Oke, belum selesai sama sekali guys. 18AB I split soalnya C itu beda soal, A sama B beda soal tapi masih bisa digabung by the way. Ya. Oke, ini bikinin ke bawah dikit. Okay, show that the volume of the metal sphere of the radius 15. Oh, ini enak. Kenapa? V 4/3 pi r cube kan. V equals 4/3 pi r cube. R-nya udah ada 15. Terus disuruh prove 14,140 correct to four significant figures. Ya udah lu kalkulatorin aja. Cuma disuruh proof kan, show aja. Enak nih nilainya. Ini easy scoring ya. Soal yang paling gampang didapetin. 4/3. Gampang dapat skornya I mean. Times pi. Pi jangan coba-coba 3.14 ya. Mending 3.142. Lebih bagus atau lu masukin yang calculator pi-nya aja. Dia jauh lebih spesifik. Times 15 cube. Right? Ini kan nggak bisa ya, dia maunya ke sini. 14137.1 16 bla bla bla. Dia mau for significant figures, berarti dia stop di 1 2 3 4. Ini kan round up, bener gak? 14140. DM cube proven. Nah, the sphere is placed. The sphere ya, oke, sphere yang ini is placed. It's a on the cylindrical tank, radius 25 by 60 and height 60. Okay, the tank filled with water. Calculate the volume of water needed to fill the tank. Ya udah gampang. Jadi pertama, you pikir the sphere is put inside the cylindrical tank, and then after that you fill the water. So the volume of the water, simply put, volume of the cylinder subtract volume of the sphere. Volume of cylinder formula nggak ada di sini ya. Base area times height minus volume of the sphere 14,140. Use this one. Don't use this one because we are finding the kita soalnya kayak digabung gitu. Base area-nya apa? Pi r square kan, right? Pi-nya 25. Tulis dulu dah. Times height minus 14,140. Pi times 25 square times 60 minus 14,140. Ya, masukin aja. Pi times 25 square times 60 subtract 14,140. Ini jawabannya. Ya, angkanya gede banget ya. Ya nggak apa-apa sih. 103,669. 9.7. Rounding, dia nggak diminta ya, 3 significant berarti. Ingat ya, kalau nggak diminta berarti 3 significant figures. So 104, right? Kan 1, 2, 3, 6-nya increase. Dah. Dapat ya. Now, question A and B combine. Nggak tahu dia nyampur atau nggak sama yang question B. Dia gabung atau nggak soalnya. Oh, nggak, beda. Ya udah, kita bikin. Ini berarti nggak ada hubungan ya, no connection. The diagram below shows a solid circular cone and a solid sphere. The cone has a radius 5x and height 12. The sphere has a radius r. The cone has a same total surface area. Udah dikasih tahu guys, enak banget, Ya. Ya udah lu taruh lah. Total surface area of cone equal ya to the total surface area of sphere. So total surface area dikasih taunya partnya doang. Curved surface area of a cone. Berarti total surface area of cone bukan cuma curved surface. It's not only the curved surface, it's also consisting the circle. So the base pi r square plus pi rl. Total surface area ada base and curved surface. Oke, jadi base and curve digabung equals, ini udah ada 4 pi r square. Udah nggak ada lagi, nggak ada formula yang lain, nggak ada yang lain kan, cuman dia benar-benar total surface area. Oke, now sebelum kita selesaiin, kita bisa cross the pi out. Right, you divide everything by pi. R square of the cone 5x, right? Taruh. L-nya, R-nya 5x. L-nya berapa? L itu slant height, guys. Slant height di sini. Bukan yang ini. Ya. Jadi ini 12x, agak ribet. Ingat gak, L-nya ada yang bisa langsung jawab gak, guys? 12x, 5x sama apa? Halo? Guys, berapa nih L-nya nih? Ada yang tahu caranya dulu gak? Ayo, cepetan.
12x pangkat 2 plus 5x pangkat 2 di akar.
Ya. Apa nih namanya? Pythagoras ya. Kalau you hafal triple-nya, dia 13x langsung. 5, 12, and 13, ya. Oke. So, the slant height is 13. Itu yang dicapai tuh kayaknya. X-nya jangan lupa, soalnya dia in terms of X. Equals 4 R square. R-nya radius, ini R square aja udah. Gitu. But we don't know the R. Find R square equals, nah dia maunya R square-nya ya, show that. Oke, kita pelan-pelan aja dulu. Ini kan 25x square, ini 65x square equals 4r square, right? Jadi ini kan 90x square equals 4r square. Dia maunya r square in terms ya. Jadi saya tulis ulang gini, terus r square 90x square over 4, simplify 45x square over 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, you will get the same answer. See, proven. Dah. Cepat. Oke, ini equation of quadratic equation aja. Cuman in terms of r and x. Okay, the revision is done. Yeah.